Hello creative souls, it's Erin here and welcome to my Wildlight channel. Today I'm talking to you about washi tape, specifically my favourite washi tapes, my top 5 favourite washi tapes for art journaling, which you will see here. Now I do have quite a few washies, like this jar here is my day-to-day usage washies, and then there's other ones stashed away that I don't tend to use that much, but these are the ones that really tend to lend themselves to my art journal pages. Like, I get right in there and use them right in the images that I'm making, not necessarily just for borders or a little bit of outer decoration. And let me talk you through them. So this first one here, in fact, I've got a little sample page here. Let me pull this down. There we go, in the Hobonichi. There's the washies. So, first one is the animal print, which you don't see it around that often, and I think it just speaks for itself in terms of coolness. I mean, look, it's the black and white. It's just like pow off the page. It's rad, and I love it. The geometric one, I guess it's the rainbowness of it, and yeah, it kind of blends in as well to things really well. And then there's this floral one. Now, it's just flowers. I think when I first got it, I didn't really think that much of it when I looked at it on the roll, but to use it, every time I put it on a journal page, it just pops. It pops, it really does. It pops with colour, and it's always beautiful on a page. It's surprising how much I use this one. And then these last two here, these are Jane Davenport washies. She had to get a mention in here because her washies are beautiful, and they're all beautiful, but these two in particular, I find they're just so gorgeous on art journal, in my art journal. This one, her one's obviously it's so colourful, it's so art journally, it's so rough and artisty, And the floral one here, again, with both of these florals, if I had seen these on the shelf, well, actually this one, I probably wouldn't have been the first one that I would have got off the shelf. I wouldn't have directly gone for the florals. But now that I have them, I find that I use them so very much. This one especially is so pretty, and I've just been pleasantly surprised. It's funny how the ones that you think you're not going to love can surprise you and become ones that you use really often. I'm sure that you guys would have noticed that as well with your own washi tape collection. Ones that you absolutely adore, you hardly ever use, and ones that you never expected that you were going to love so much, you use all the time. Clearly I have a thing for pink. I do have a thing for pink. But yeah, so these are my favourites. And I love them because, they just pop on a page. They just make a page sing. They bring it to life. They're full of joy. They're full of colour. And I can really get them into my artwork. So I would love to take a minute and show you now an example of how I like to use my washi tapes in my artwork. Here is an art journal page that I have prepared with a quick sketch and an acrylic background. So what I do is paint some Dynaflow fabric ink on there. And I like this Dynaflow because it sets and it can't be reactivated when you put more product on top of it. Because what I'm going to do is build layers. It actually has quite a tacky finish when it sets. That's fine. The colours are beautiful and vibrant, and I really enjoy using it. So this is turquoise. I got them in a little pack from Jane Davenport's shop, and you can get what's called the Exciter pack. So there's turquoise, and then this is periwinkle here that I'm putting on now. So I have filled in the rest of the hair with violet,
And I've gone ahead and done her dress as well in other various colours of Dynaflow. Next, I'm going to take my favourite brush pens, the Ecoline brush pens, and make some marks. This is such a fun part of the process. And this is why I need the surface underneath it to not be activated. So I put all my marks in. I love to make these kind of little wavy lines. And then I take some clean, plain water and start to blend. And I don't blend it all in, I just blend it in certain areas. So I still have some of the marks and other parts of the marks get washed away. And I love that. It makes it a really fluid kind of look. So I've added the marks to her dress as well as her hair. And I'm just going to continue with the brush pens, keep building up layers, keep building up depths of colour and making the marks, blending them in, making more marks, blending them in, and just building and building and building. Starting small with a colour, keeping each colour to a particular area, but then starting to move it out, as you will see. Starting to blur the lines a little bit. Now I'm starting with my favourite Caran d'Ache crayons, building them in, adding layers and layers, new marks, more depth. And finally, onto the washi. This is the exciting bit. So I have pre-cut this into little squares because I'm filming with one hand, and so I've only got one hand to use. But yeah, use the scissors, cut them up into little squares, and just pop them on wherever I feel like making some marks and where I feel like I want that pop of colour. I've got squares. I've also cut some of the other washi into little wedges, so different shapes, just small ones. And you sort of look around and pop them where you think, you know, where a curved line matches another curved line, or where they fit perfectly in a little part. I love the way this one blends in right here. Oh, so good. So I have put all the rest of the washi tape bits and pieces on there. Now I am adding some highlights and some more depth with this Daniel Smith watercolour stick. That was a little gift from my local art shop. Thank you, Olivia. Isn't it amazing? Isn't this colour phenomenal? And so just using it to blend in that washi tape a little bit. This watercolour stick is so addictive. I feel like I can't even stop. See where I've added the Davenport floral washi down there? And it looks so good wedged in between all those layers. I think we're just about finished now. I mean, you could keep going and building layers, but I feel like we're about done. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!